Hey everyone, this is DHTV, and today I've got some tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your PlayStation 4. Let's get started. Alright, so here we are in the main section here of the PlayStation 4, and what we're going to do first is go through some tips that you can actually use just with using the controller. So by holding on the PS button on the DualShock 4, you can see we've got a few settings here. First one is adjust devices. Now a lot of people don't realize this, but the controller has the ability to use a speaker. So you can control the volume on the speaker of the DualShock itself, and if you have a set of headphones, if you go ahead and plug them in, it'll bring up your volume control for the headphones. Now you can actually go across that, make it higher or lower. You can output to your headphones, so the chat audio, and if you click on that, you can have it set to all your audio so you can hear the actual gameplay as well as the chat, or if you want to specifically hear the people in the chat, you can set it to chat audio. Another great feature is the ability to charge our controller in standby mode. Now if we move into the settings tab here and scroll all the way down to where it says power and save settings, in this section here, we'll have an ability to set the functions that are available to us in the standby mode. Now you can play around with all these on your own, but the main one we're going to be focusing on is this one at the top, supply power from USB ports. Now if you disable this, when you tune your PlayStation into the standby mode and you have a controller plugged in, it will not charge. Now if you have it selected and we go into our standby mode right here, so we'll enter standby mode. And you'll notice that the PlayStation now has an orange light appearing in the middle to indicate it is in standby mode. Now alongside that, there are other light colors, so let's go through each one. When you see the white light, that means the PlayStation is on and connected to the TV correctly and everything's working fine. When you see the blue light, that means it's powering on. And when you see an orange light, obviously that means the standby mode. And when you see a red light, that means the PlayStation is actually overheating. Another great feature incorporated with the PS4 is a quick ability to multitask. So if I'm in FIFA 14 here and I'm in the middle of a game, but I want to get out of the game quick and just check on a message I may have received or check out the PlayStation Store, all I have to do is press the PlayStation button. So let's say I'm in this section now and I check out the PlayStation Store and I'm finished with what I'm doing and I want to go back into FIFA really quickly. So from this stage here, all I have to do is double tap the PlayStation button and it'll automatically take me back into FIFA. Now from here, if I double tap the PlayStation button, it'll automatically take me back into the PlayStation Store or whatever other app I was using at that time. The next tip is the ability to use voice messaging within the messaging app here. So if we go to create a message, I'm just going to select someone here. This person's online. So in this section here, you can see we've got a little box beside the enter message tab. If we select that, you can add a screenshot or record a voice message. Now we'll go ahead and try out the record voice message section. So we'll tap on that and we'll record. Now I'm going to be using the PlayStation mic and headset plugged into my PlayStation controller. You do need a mic for this to work. So we'll see how the sound sounds also, as well as show you how it works with the record message. So let's go ahead and give it a test. I'm recording a video right now on PlayStation tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your PlayStation 4. Alright, so that was a recording. Let's go ahead and listen to it. I'm recording a video right now on PlayStation tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your PlayStation 4. Alright, so maybe you heard it. The sound wasn't that good. It sounded a little bit like it was muffled or that there was something covering the mic. I'm not sure, but it does sound decent. You can clearly hear what I'm trying to say, so it's not that bad. But this is what you can do, and you can say OK to incorporate it in the message, and it'll show up on the side. You can see it's got a little paper clip, meaning that there's an attachment there. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and remove the attachment, and I'll show you how to add a screenshot now. So just click on it, select screenshot, and if you have screenshots saved, you can go ahead and open them up. And I've got the FIFA intro here, so I'll click on that and it'll add the attachment to the message. Now for those of you that don't know how to save a screenshot, it's pretty simple. We'll go ahead and open up FIFA here once again, and all you need to do is simply press the share button as soon as you want to save the screenshot. So this looks good, we'll press that, and as you can see, we got a nice screenshot of the actual stadium. And you can also see here on the left where it says upload video clip, it's went ahead and saved about 15 minutes worth of video, so you can actually upload that if you want as well. So back to the screenshot, all we do from this stage is just press X. It'll go ahead and upload that to our system. And you can see I got quite a few here, different ones from the FIFA intro. And from here, you can actually share these with your friends. If you just press X, you can share it with Facebook and Twitter if you've set these up. I will show you in just a second how to do that. Moving back to the screenshot section here, we do have another setting called broadcast gameplay. Now, if we select that, it'll allow you to actually broadcast broadcast your gameplay to Twitch or Ustream. Now, I went ahead and created my own account. You can check it out. It's DHTV Games, and I'll be posting some gameplays and various things like that on Twitch as well. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Now, Twitch TV basically is a lot of different gamers broadcasting their games through all different kinds of consoles and all different kinds of games. It's a pretty interesting site, so if you never checked it out, go ahead and do so. There's apps for it on Android or iOS devices as well, so it's all over. It's pretty big. So that's a cool thing that you can do, especially if you're already into that. It's awesome because you can actually broadcast your games now without having to use a PVR or without having to use some type of capture card. Now, as I just showed you, you can link your PlayStation account with your social media site. So in the settings tab, if you go to PSN and scroll down to where it says link with other services, basically this will allow you to connect with your Twitter and Facebook account. Now, at this point, these are the only two you can connect with, and all you do is basically press X. It'll take you to a page to put in your username and password. I've already done so, so it's not asking me to do this, and you basically accept the terms that allow the PSN network to connect with your Twitter or your Facebook. So once you've done that, you'll be able to share your screenshots and uploads and things like that to those sites if you like to. Now, quickly tying in with that, if we go back into the settings, PSN, and then the privacy settings, this actually reminds me more of like Facebook's settings or privacy settings. You will be asked to put in your username and password for your PlayStation network. I've gone ahead and passed that section, but you can see you've got activity sharing and friends. Select who can view your friends, so if you don't want anybody to be able to view your friends, or if you want everybody to be able to view them, things like that. It's a more in-depth privacy settings section where you can play around with different things. You can even choose the name or your profile picture, like if you want your actual name to be shown or your username. So if you have any of those kind of fears of security or whatever, you can play around with these settings as well. Once again, we'll go back into the settings tab here, and if we go down to where it says login settings, this is actually going to give you an ability to sort of secure your PlayStation. So if you have a PlayStation Eye, the camera, you can actually use a facial recognition system where it'll only recognize or turn on when you show your face, and you can actually set that up if you have the camera. I don't have it right now, but I will post a video on that later on when mine does arrive. But if you want to use your facial recognition, you can do so, or you can actually set up a passcode. So you can have a passcode set up, and you can see you can use different buttons on the control. So we'll do triangle, triangle, square, square, triangle, triangle, square, square. That'll be my fake password here. And now I've got a password when I log in. So we'll go ahead and just sort of log out of my PlayStation 4. So now you see when we're on our section to log in, if I click on my name, it's going to ask me for my password. This will ensure that if you have a brother or a sister playing with your PlayStation as well, that they don't screw up any of your games. So we'll go triangle, triangle, square, square, and we are back in to the PlayStation in our own account. Now, a quick side note, if you don't want any kind of login screen to show up, you can actually go into the login settings here, and at the top it says log into your PlayStation automatically. If you select that, it'll automatically jump past that whole screen where you have to select the account you want to log into, and it'll just go ahead and log straight into your account. If you like to just jump right into your PlayStation, this is the way to go. If you want more security, use either the facial recognition or the passcode management to jump into your account. The next tip doesn't actually involve your settings or anything, but we'll take a look at the storage management here. Now you can see that this particular hard drive is only a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now what's great about the PlayStation 4 is that it has the ability to swap out the hard drive. Now you can put an SSD, you can put a 1 terabyte hard drive, you can put in all kinds of things as long as it fits a certain dimension. Now I posted a video because I did swap out my hard drive with my laptop hard drive just to give you guys a tutorial on this. I will link you to that in the description down below. It's very easy to swap out the hard drive and it doesn't void your warranty, so definitely check that out if you want to upgrade your PlayStation a little bit. A new feature that I actually did a full video on, again, involves messaging. It's actually a new style of keyboard or way of typing. So if we go into a section here where the keyboard is open, you can see that traditionally we have to type like this, using the D-pad, moving it side to side. Well, if you press on the R3 button, it'll enable a gyroscope keyboard. And you can see I'm moving around quite quickly here. And what this does is actually allow you to move around with your controller, and you can select the letters very quickly. Now, it does take some time to get used to. I've gotten used to it quite a bit. I can type pretty quickly with the gyroscope. It's just pretty hard to do that with the camera and my positioning right now. But anyway, that's the gyroscope keyboard, and to disable it, you just press the left D-pad and it'll go back to normal. Another cool feature that also ties in with your keyboard is the ability to use your smartphone as the keyboard. Now there's an app called the PlayStation app. You can download it. I will be doing a full review on this, so check it out. The link again for that will be in the description. And all you have to do is basically set it up, and you can use your keyboard on your smartphone, which I'm doing right here. I've got my keyboard ready, so if I start typing here, you can see it's typing on the PlayStation screen as well. This is a great feature which allows you to type a lot quicker, and it'll actually save you money if you're one of the people that purchased that external keyboard for the PlayStation. You just use your smartphone and you're good to go. Now I've also got some general tips for you guys that'll help you throughout the whole process while you're playing games. If you want to maintain the best internet connection with your PlayStation 4, make sure that you plug in via the Ethernet cable rather than going through Wi-Fi. It's the most constant connection you can get, so it'll give you the best gameplay. You'll have less drops, you'll have less lag and things like that, at least from your part. Also, a big problem with these PlayStation 4s is the very sensitive HDMI port. Make sure that you put in the HDMI cable very carefully. Don't jam it in. Make sure that the output is actually clear. There's nothing in the way. If you do have a problem, it's probably a bent prong inside. A lot of people were finding that the prong was bending and in turn ruining the HDMI output. A lot of people had to send theirs back in. Some people said they could bend it back in place, but unfortunately you don't want to have to do that, so just be careful with it. Anyway guys, that was the tips and tricks with the PlayStation 4. If you have any tips, leave them in the comments down below. Everybody would appreciate them, especially me, because I'm always looking for new things to check out. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll be covering a lot more on the PlayStation 4, as well as doing some gameplays on Twitch TV, so definitely check me out there as well. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.